Alright, hey guys, so there's been a new Humble Bundle, but before I go over it, I just wanted to mention that Shadow Warrior is currently completely free on Steam for the next 24 hours, so if you don't already own Shadow Warrior, you might as well pick it up. All you have to do is go over to the Steam store page, scroll down, and just add it to your cart. It'll be completely free, just click install, and then it'll be redeemed, and you will own it forever. If you're not familiar with Shadow Warrior, it's basically a first-person shooter with some hack and slash elements. It reminds me a lot of like Doom and Serious Sam. It's very enjoyable. Lots of enemies to kill, lots of gore, and just lots of fun gameplay. So going back to the Humble Bundle, the new bundle is called the Spooky Horror Bundle. It came out right before October, and it's going to last 2 weeks, so it'll last into October for Halloween. But this is filled with horror games. All the games in this bundle are horror games. So for $1, you get Dead Age, Dreadout, Keepers of the Dark, and Lakeview Cabin. For the Beat the Average tier, you get Layers of Fear Masterpiece Edition, including the DLC, along with Alien Isolation and Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location. And then for $10, you get Dead by Daylight. So that's pretty much it. If you want to hear my opinions on the bundle, I'm just going to ramble a little bit about each individual game. I think the top games are Dreadout, Keepers of the Dark, Alien Isolation, Layers of Fear Masterpiece Edition, and of course Dead by Daylight. The rest of the games are pretty good too. Dead Age is like a turn-based RPG where you fight various zombies. I'll just play a little bit of the trailer just to give you guys a sense of what the gameplay is about. Dreadout seems to be very interesting. You play as like some sort of schoolgirl, and you have this little like camera, and you wander around, sort of like an exploration game with some horror elements mixed in. Pretty interesting concept. Dreadout Keepers of the Dark, the trailer I noticed has this like heavy metal soundtrack to it, and it's kind of funny. If you skip to like halfway through, you'll hear this metal soundtrack. Just, yeah, demons. I haven't played it, but it looks like a good game. So Lakeview Cabin Collection I have played. It's kind of like a parody of old horror movies. A bunch of kids go out onto the lake for like summer camp, and then there's like a murderer that comes and you have to fight him. It's very similar to like the Jason movies. Kind of funny, kind of amusing, but personally when I played it, I really didn't care a whole lot for it. It really depends on if you enjoy like games of this style or not. Scrolling down to the Beat the Average tier, Layers of Fear Masterpiece Edition looks like an excellent game. It was also released in a recent Humble Monthly, so unfortunately I already own the game, and so that's kind of disappointing for me personally. But if you don't already own Layers of Fear, this game looks fantastic. You're kind of exploring like an old like mansion, and there's like a bunch of creepy stuff that happens, very atmospheric and so forth. Alien Isolation was a big game that came out like a year or two ago. From what I hear, this is like one of the most scary games like out there on the market. You're pretty much being stalked by an alien on like a spaceship, I think, and the alien has some very advanced AI, and it's very, very spooky, and you don't have any weapons or anything, so you're just constantly running and trying to avoid it. Seems like a super creepy game. I'm looking forward to playing this in the near future. So that's a big one. This is like the main reason why I purchased the Beat the Average tiers for the Alien Isolation. Then there's Five Nights at Freddy's Sisters Locations. I'm kind of confused why they didn't add the complete Five Nights of Freddy's collection into this bundle, because there's like five Nights of Freddy's games now, and I feel like they're all pretty much the same. I'm not really sure why you would play one over the other. I'm sure some of you guys can correct me on that. But I never got into Five Nights at Freddy's. It was a very popular game, especially among young kids, but I really don't understand why or how it got so popular. The gameplay really isn't anything to really talk about, but some people really enjoy it. So if you are into Five Nights at Freddy's, this is a good deal as well, because normally it's like $8 on Steam. And then the third tier game, which is $10, so if you're paying like an extra $5, you get Dead by Daylight. This is a very popular like multiplayer game where one player plays as like the murderer, and the other players like have to run and try to escape. Very interesting concept. I'm not sure if it's like up my alley, but I know a lot of you guys out there are probably going to pick this one up. So yeah, tell me how you guys like it if you decide to purchase the third tier. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, thanks for watching, and have a nice day.